before we go into a project, basically there will be many studies done on all the.
We have,
quality.
well, understand the good news is all the studies have been done before the permit is issued. So we have all of that stuff. The other thing that we have is that I do a thing called a peer review. So before we close on the project, I have somebody else look at the project, and they go through and make sure everything. But understand, with all of the rules and regulations these days that the cities and the counties put on our properties, we can't do anything without having done soil studies, mitigation studies on water. There has to be a water plan in place. There has to be, there's all kinds of rules that make sure that we stay out of any trouble with that kind of stuff. And also, too, the plat approvals have reams of studies done by engineers on all that stuff. Because they wouldn't let us, like, for example, the stuff in Auburn, because it's on gravel, if it was on a sensitive type of soil, they wouldn't let us cut all the trees off it. They'd say you can't do that because the soils are going to slide or things like that.
We have a team that visit the site once it goes on.
Absolutely.
Sites often.
Yep. We have, once again, peer review, a guy that does nothing but make sure the contractor's doing what he does. That's part of what I do also. We use peer review a lot. We have consultants or people, engineers that go out and make sure that everything's going the way it should. So, and also too, once again, the municipalities and the people involved in the projects, they're more on top of this stuff than we could ever be, because they have all these departments that make sure you do everything the way you want to. And then the contractor who's done many of these projects, they're the ones that also are held liable for that. And there's a bond that they place in place. We pay for the bond, but the bond is also in place to make sure that everything gets done properly and is done to the specs of the development.
Would you mind explain a little bit to the audience in Japan what is bond?
What is a bond? A bond is an insurance policy that makes sure the work is done to the specifications of the development. That the contractor is going to do what he says he's going to do, and so they place a monetary amount of money that buys an insurance policy that covers anything that doesn't get done properly.
In case anything doesn't get done properly, the insurance will kick in and do the remedies.
Correct.
Yep.
We'll finish it. Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.